Okay, so I know I said I would make this channel, and my eventual goal was to make a short film. Once I got there and learned enough skills and had the right equipment, and then I realized that was super dumb. I'm Sean, and according to my notes, I'm a dum-dum. So I made a short film, because when I learn music, video stuff in general, I learned graphic design, making websites, I learned it by doing, the whole channel thing, learned by doing. And so for some reason I was like, oh, I can't make a short film that requires a crew, lighting, dialogue, a story, all this crazy stuff that you need to have. And I'm like, well, I didn't have any of that when I started those other things. I just started from scratch. So I started from scratch. So the way I did it is I went up north to my father-in-law's land. It has a cabin on it. There's no power, no running water, no anything like that. It's just a little cabin in the woods. It's got like one like kitchen, living room, dining room area, like a little studio apartment basically, and then right next to it is a bedroom. It doesn't have a door or anything, but it's got like 3 bunk beds in it for people to stay. It's like a hunting camp. But there's no cell phone reception, no electricity, no running water, none of that. And I was gonna go up there for a week and like decompress, and no electronics or anything like that. And my wife Nicole said, oh, why don't you film the experience? It'd be kind of fun, because I was planning on cutting up some trees and making a sauna out of some downed trees and stuff. And like, yeah, that's a good idea. And then I got there, I'm like, you know what? There's nothing stopping me right now from just shooting a short film, other than having a story or a reason. So I took my camera stuff with. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna shoot a little bit of stuff, so I'm just gonna need, I'll just bring my camera, I'll just bring this one little LED light, little square light that hooks to the top of my camera, and my laptop, just to edit it there if I wanted to. I didn't bring a charger for the stuff, so I'm like, all right. So the challenge is that I have one camera battery, I have one laptop battery, and I have one light battery, and that's it. Hey, so I just realized I never mentioned that obviously it has sound effects and songs and stuff in it. So I should probably mention that I did that afterwards, because I'd obviously need the internet to find and download those. But everything else, color grading, editing it, all that stuff was actually done on the one laptop battery. Okay, back to it. I have my little notebook that I kind of write down my ideas in, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start this today. I have 2 hours to write a story, so I wrote a story. I knew I couldn't have dialogue because I was the only one out there, unless I wanted to get really complicated where I talk to myself a bunch. And I'm like, well, for my first one, that works because I can have those rules to follow, so I don't have to worry about like, oh, is this gonna be some Marvel movie or something like that, because I'm limited to the one battery, the one shot. I'm shooting it by myself on a tripod, so I gotta run in front of the camera, see if I'm in focus, see if I'm in the shot right, and then shoot the film, edit it, and all that. So I mean, with just one person, dialogue, I mean, like, I'm not into horror very much, but so I'm like, well, seems like the right thing to make. So I just did that. Also, by the way, if you hear the noises, that's my kids are over here coloring and drawing. Sam's making a book, which is pretty cool. I'll show you his book when he's done. I mean, so with that challenge in place, I just kind of started. I had a couple ideas for moving shots. So I had my DJI gimbal with, and I'm like, oh, I can control that with the app on my phone. And so any of the 2 moving shots that I had in mind, I would just do with that and hide the phone somehow and just not have my face in the shot. And so I just got into it. Everything was set up right. The weather looked like it was gonna be great. So I started shooting, things were going okay. I got a bunch of shots done. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be no problem. I'm actually gonna finish it in a day. And then a lot of things happened. I could not access the DJI Ronin app on my phone to control the gimbal, because for some reason my phone turned on the automatic, like I don't know what it's called. It offloads apps that you don't use often, and I don't use this to control my gimbal very often. Usually I'm holding it and using it. But so I went to do that. I'm like, oh shoot, I don't have it. I'll go to download. Oh wait, there's no service, internet, electricity out here, so I can't. So I just don't have that. Well, I'll shoot around it, I guess, and figure out what to do after that. And then problem number 2 happened. Like my axe that I have to chop, things up was gonna be a big part of it. I'm like, oh, I wanna chop 3 pieces of wood in a row to sit on the shop for a long time. And I knew like, that's not a problem. And I cut the first one in half, great. Set the second one up, cut it in half, boom. Set the third one up, cut it in half, took a big swing, and it snapped in half. And luckily I didn't cut my shin because the axe head, the head broke off and swung down and back at me. So luckily it missed. But unluckily I now have a broken axe, which is gonna be a bigger part of the short film. So yeah, axe, gone. Leg, there. But so, I do these shots, I would get everything lined up where I thought I would be in frame, guess on my focus, and then jump in front of the camera, record it really quick, like fake act out what I was gonna do, then run back in, unrecord, watch it back, see if it was right, change it a little bit, do that 3 or 4 times, shoot the scene. And what do you got? What is it? Can I see? The checklist? What do we got? Does this say hot stuff?
No.
Hat stuff.
No, it says art stuff.
Art stuff. Oh, you wrote R. Oh, you wrote rat. You put R-A-T instead of A-R-T. And then video. All right, what's this say?
It says
art
stuff, and then I put a box before I said it, and then I put a check mark, and then video, and then the same thing.
This is the great spelling, but it's video, not video. Okay. It's a D, not a T.
And put the video.
Put the video where?
On the TV.
On the TV? Okay.
And then I did this.
That check mark? All right.
When you do it.
When I do it, but you already checked it for me? Oh, okay. I think you're confused on how check boxes work. They're supposed to be an open box until you finish it, and then you check it off, so you know you did it.
Oh.
So you're supposed to not put a check until it's done. But you could have checked off art stuff, because we did that. Maybe if you want to put a red X for the things that we did. Yeah, you want to come say hi?
Hi.
Charlie, you want to come say hi?
Yeah.
Okay, here, take a checklist.
Thanks.
She's short. Want to wave and say hi?
Hi.
Go color goofball. That's Sam and Charlie. I made it through a bunch of shots. It was coming together. I shot the first day stuff, the first night stuff. That all was pretty simple and it went great. There was no moving shots with that. It was all me just jumping in front of the camera. I didn't need any makeup, which I had on the way there. I'm like, okay, on the way to the drive, is a 4-hour drive. I'm like, okay, it's probably gonna be a horror thing, so I should pick up some makeup from Walmart. I get like a $4 thing instead of having. I think I bought that and some fake blood, so it cost me a total of $11. So it wasn't a big loss if I didn't use it. All the other props was stuff I was bringing up anyways for the camping trip. What's up? For me, what is this?
It's popsicles, and Sam put Tiger on there for me.
Popsicles and Tiggy? Sam, this is a good Tiggy, dude.
Yeah, put popsicles.
Popsicles and some letter A's.
And some shapes, and some more letters.
Oh, okay, can you come on this side and show me? Point to him? Hey, don't go under. All right, what do we have here, Church?
I forgot.
You forgot? You just told me, but you forgot? Okay. Well, thank you. Can I put it up here, right here, and then I'll use the rest of it when I'm done? I'll look at it when I'm done? Okay, thank you. No, I forgot what I was saying.
You was making your video.
Oh, okay. Thanks for your help. Day 1, great. Got that done. I didn't start until about 2 p.m. I got to the second day. Didn't really think about that. I had all this stuff with bugs and, oh, I had to run in town to get bugs. I went to the pet store and got bugs. Super worms and night crawlers. And I needed to do the makeup stuff that day, and there's this showering stuff, like showering in blood and all that. So I'm gonna just be standing out naked and completely wet in cold water in 45 degrees out by myself, trying to get these shots set up. Hopefully my father-in-law doesn't drive up and be like, that'd be super awkward and something I probably never hear the end of. But luckily that didn't happen. That was the second day. It actually went pretty well. And I dumped about 2.5 gallons in the bucket, and that gave me about 10 to 15 seconds of water running out. So I would have to dump this water in, run, hit record, get back in, take off the towel I was wearing or whatever, start getting wet, and then remember what I was supposed to do in the scene. Another drawing for me. Oh, wow. This 2 hearts?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. The hearts for me? Oh, wow. Beautiful. How come the hearts are green?
If I give you pictures, you can just line them up.
I can just line them up? Okay, we got 2.
On
We'll
the table.
I did. We'll see how many we have by the end of this. How many do you think you'll draw? 100?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8? Oh.
9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 40.
Then it became the night shots. A couple of the shots were actually day shots, and I switched to the night shots, which I'll show the before and after of those. Then it came to the night shots, which were a lot of work, and there's a couple where I'm standing in the shot together, and that wasn't going to be hard because I knew I had a flashlight and I was just going to set it on a bucket, which worked just fine. I'll show you the before and after of those shots here. But the not being able to control the gimbal. So I had finished all my day shots. I sat down like, how am I going to do this shot? So what I wanted to happen was have me standing at the sink, back to the camera, the table in front of it, with the little wooden figure from the movie, the Totem, sitting on the table. Then the camera was going to spin all the way around the room. When it came back, you'd see that the door for the cabin was open, and then it would come back to the table and you'd see that the totem was gone. Then the door would slam shut and the camera would rotate back and you'd see the door has closed. I was gonna shoot this all by myself by having the phone in my hand and just put sound effects of me washing dishes in later, but really I would be standing in the sink, you know, back to it, with the phone like this, rotating the thing, and I could just look down because I'm supposed to be doing dishes. So I'd just be staring at the gimbal doing all the work. You know, I would just rotate it, and as soon as it got past me, grab the totem off the table, put it in the sink, keep it rotating, and then when it got past me, it goes back to me, to the door. I'm still washing dishes. I would turn it back the other way, and I had a rope set up that went to a water jug outside the door, and it was tied to the handle after the door, and then to my foot, and I was going to pull my foot, and it was going to slam the door shut, and then I was going to rotate back. It really wasn't going to be that difficult. I'm like, oh, this might take me 5 tries, and then I'll get it. But my friend Ryan, who lives in the town nearby, this was in Porterfield, that was in Marinette, so if anybody's from that area, which people watching this since I've just started this will probably know where that is. It's like a 15-minute drive from one to the other. And he just came out to visit. He's like, oh, after I get done with work some nights, I'll come out and visit you and hang out. And he came out, he doesn't know anything about cameras. I'm like, you get to help me and do this. So he actually sat underneath the gimbal because I couldn't control it. So I still used the gimbal, and he just ran his thumb like this and went all the way around. And then I just had him pull the thing so you wouldn't see me jerk or anything like that. He pulled the string and then went back with his thumb on the thing. We're like, oh, this is gonna take like 50 tries, because when you do it with your thumb, any little bit of off axis and the thing starts diving down. But he did it first take. Okay, here we go.
Ready?
Yep. Let me know when I'm off. Am I off screen?
Yep.
It's so slow. That's okay though.
Yeah.
Okay, you'll be able to see when it gets back on me. Basically when it's just pointing at me, you're good. Then slam the door, and then go back to the door.
Back on you. But it was so slow going
But
back.
did we do it though? I can always speed it up.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I think, did we get it? It looked smooth the whole time. But so then he was just there. So the other movement shot I wanted was when I went out the door, I wanted the gimbal to see my shadow in the light and then come up on me. And that's actually what I wanted using for the cover shot for the YouTube video. And I just had that one kind of the thought of how it was gonna look in my head when it landed on it, and I just really wanted you to see the shadow. So I had down there and it was gonna come up, and that one I was just gonna pre-plan because you can track with it, and I was just gonna have it pre-tracked, and I was gonna try and time it out and do it a couple times. But he was just there, so I just had him loosen the tripod and just kind of pull it up. So those are the 2 shots he helped me with. So those are the only 2 things I didn't do by myself. He did stand behind the camera and he hit record instead of me walking over hitting record, just because it was getting cold and late and he was already there. So it was still me doing it by myself. Another one for me, are they all gonna be for me? What's this one?
You have to read the numbers.
I have to read the numbers. Be a doorway Z star S. Yeah? Wow. Thank you very much. I like the circles.
Thanks, you can put my
Okay.
And then
You're gonna keep going?
give you all the pictures.
All the pictures.
That's on here. Then just then you put some up here.
Okay, I'll do that. Should I show the camera all the pictures when I'm done?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you, sweetie. Alright, that's my day. Anytime I try to get anything done, these 2 maniacs are not far away most of the time. But yeah, those went great. I was very, very, very cold because the last shot that I had to get was me at the end. I don't want to give away any spoilers in case you're going to watch it, but I was not clothed. You don't see anything you're not supposed to see, but I was doused myself in red tinted water and was standing out there with no clothes on, and it was 42 degrees, I think is what it was. So it was very cold. You could see your breath, and I'm just wet, and I was already cold, so I got wet. And Ryan was there. He's like, I was shivering anyways. And so I went, I'm like, hey, this is gonna be awkward if you're gonna be here because I'm taking my clothes off to do this. But you know, I held stuff over myself until I got into place, and then I took it off when I couldn't see anything. So all the angles were fine where it was gonna work out where no one could see anything, including Ryan, who was there hitting record and making sure I was in focus and stuff. Which, you know, was just me yelling, yeah, turn this knob until there's a red line around me, click the button on the right, that's the ISO, turn the wheel until it gets to this number, until there's zebras, and so that was fun. But yeah, so I'm standing there ready to go. Sorry, I went into the cabin. You know what, I will have him tell you this story, and I'll plug it in right here. All right, you ready?
I suppose, Sean.
Okay. So this is Ryan, my friend Ryan. He's a tattoo artist from Marinette, which is right next to Porterfield, where I shot the short film, and he came out to help. And when it was cold and dark in the last scene, I told you I'd let him tell the story of what was happening. So do you want to recount kind of what was going on?
So Sean had been filming alone for a whole day at this point, or like a day and a half. And then I came out to help him with these last few scenes, and majority of the film was done naked, cold and wet in the woods alone. And then all of a sudden there's someone else in the picture. So I waited until Sean went inside to get ready for the last final scene where he strips down and confronts other self. And I stripped naked as well and waited behind the camera, hoping that he would feel better when he came out to see that he wasn't the only one naked, except for Sean didn't have his glasses on, so he couldn't see me at all. And so it didn't matter because I was just standing there naked and freezing for no reason because he couldn't see me.
Yeah, that's probably something that will only run through your mind is like, oh, I'll make him feel better by me being naked too.
Yeah, it's the opposite of the just imagine them in their underwear thing. I just, took the imagination out of the question, but
it didn't
you're
matter.
blind and you can't see with your glasses off, so it really didn't matter.
Yeah. But that and the circle shot, that turned out one shot. That was great. I appreciated that. Thank you very much. What did you think of your cinematography debut?
Pretty much epic, exactly what I thought it was going to be.
You're going to change careers?
Definitely not. I could barely handle turning the camera on, so I don't plan to film anything in the future. That's for sure.
Until we do this next year?
Yeah, then I mean, next year you can film the whole thing because you're not going to be in it. So
That's true. I do
won't
appreciate
matter.
you giving me the idea for the final scene. That was all Ryan's idea. So if we do another one, it was only because we shot that last scene the way we did, and it was all up to him. So thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for coming out and stripping down in the 42 degrees, even though
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
don't know
it.
how you did it wet because I was freezing and I was dry.
Now I've shot a short film, so now I know what I'm doing. No. But yeah, please go watch it. It's called Totem. Please go share it if you like it. Cool. If you don't like it, I don't care. It was still me getting my first one out of the way. I'm sure I'm going to look back at it next year and be like, oh my God, why did I put this out there? Because I'm going to be hopefully that much better at making them by this time next year. And again, the next year, because that's how it's always been with music. I look back and I'm like, oh, that mix is trash. And then I get better at it. And the one that I thought was perfect, the next year, it sounds like trash. And I mean, not to other people, to myself. So I'm going to do the same thing with this video. And hopefully I keep getting better and better. And yeah, so even if you don't like it, please go watch it. You can share it and say, look at this trash film. And I don't care because I would like views, please. But yeah, that's that. I'll show you some of these drawings. Oh, by the way, this is my new office/studio that I have with my wife, Nicole. I'll show you around in just a second. But what is this?
This is you, this is me with my watch on, and this is a heart flying down.
A heart flying down between me and you?
Uh-huh. In the middle.
Wow, thank you very much,
Did you
bud.
put me in?
Did you put Charlie in it?
Oh, I forgot.
Yep.
I'm gonna make it.
Alright, so I think that's it. I'm going to show you around the office. I'll show you some of these drawings. I know you're dying to see them. But yeah, check out the video. I'll have it linked in the end, or it'll definitely be in the description. But yeah, so please go do the things you're supposed to do. I'm going to look at some more drawings.
That we don't.
Like there's, EILO robot arm square A.
Camera.
Oh, sorry. EILO camera arm square A.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you around our new office. I made this sign with the light behind it. Took us forever to get this couch. I like it a lot. I custom made these shelves. You know what? I'll show you. I'll get the camera and I'll show you. Okay, here we go. In the office. Can't go too far because I am plugged in with this guy. Say hi, Charlie.
Hi.
Okay. What do we have here? Brand new one, huh? What does it say?
It says, there's no slime. Because I just love you. But we're going to get pizza after we're done. But I still love you when you come with me to school to pick me up. I love you. Goodbye.
That's great. There's the rest of them. We got lots of drawings. Okay, so it's a little messy over here. I have this wall, which is going to be for shooting product shots. I have some shop lights over there just to illuminate it. I'm also have a thing to hang a green screen and a white screen and a blue screen behind there. So that's gonna be for product shots. These walls are the coolest. Check out these concrete walls. We're in the basement of an art gallery. So the coffee table I made to fit in here because why not? It's fun to make things. Made these shelves to custom fit under these super awesome beams that hold the whole building up. So we could attach the ceiling, so I actually have my lights up there, which is cool. We get all this awesome natural light from the windows. And so yeah, I custom built these, and they're actually very different sizes, although it doesn't look like it. Just slid them in there. I built this sign, put some lights behind it. We got a light behind the couch. What else do we have? I think that's pretty much it. Is that everything I said I was gonna show them? All right, say bye.
Bye.
I need a better bye than that.
Bye. Bye.
Okay. Main point. If you want to do something, just start it. Learn by doing. Because it's just start. Just do it. Just do it. Stop holding yourself back. If you want to shoot a short film, do it. If you're doing it on a Nokia flip phone potato, do it. make it. It's the story, you're learning, you're doing the experience. If it's a professional job, a gig that you're just gonna show up at, yes, don't shoot it on a potato. But if it's for you, if it's just your art project, just start it, do it, get it out of the way, move on, learn from it, move on to the next one, and make that one. Learn by doing. Plus, it's fun.